Hello and welcome to another Drunken Lullabies video, guys. Today we're going to show you the best place to find loot on the whole of Crystal Isles. Now to do so, it is an underwater cave here at 1939. So that's 19 latitude, 39 longitude, as you can see on my map here. Now you're just going to stand on this little iceberg here, and you're going to have a basilo ready to throw it into the water. So obviously, with this being an underwater cave, you're going to want a Basilo or a Tuso because they are both immune to the jelly stings and the eel stings also. Now movement speed is a good idea with a little bit of melee to help you kill the enemies off a little faster. Now to just go to the cave, you're just going to dive down. You can see the cave entrance is just there to our left. And we're going to swim inside. Now, it's not too far inside that you'll get the first drop spot, as you can see here. All the drops in here are fairly easy to see. If you follow the loop that I'm doing now, you'll get them all fairly simply. So we're just going to go straight ahead, and we're going to go around this S-bend, and we'll get to the second drop location. I'm going to stop at every drop location, but I won't give you coordinates, because this cave is quite big and expansive, and coordinates will easily get you lost. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the boundary wall to our left here. Every time we get an option, we're just going to travel left, and it will get us round in a little loop. As you can see, just round that first corner there, we have the artifact of the Lost. It's a fairly easy artifact to grab, and there are hardly ever any enemies on the way. So, following the wall round to the left, and we go through this archway, we get round to the second S-bend of the cave here. And as you can see, I'm just going to follow it round, and we get to drop spot number 3, which was dropped just here by the side of my Basilo. It's not in at the moment, but you will get a chance to see all the drop spots later in the video. Okay, so we're just going to follow it round. Again, it bends round to the left. You will see some coral here, and that is an indicator to slow down a second, as the next drop spot is just here where I am right now. Again, this one hasn't spawned in right now, but there are 15 approximate locations for drops in this cave, and about 6 or 7 will spawn in per run. Again, here's another one of the drop spots that hasn't spawned in, but just behind my tail there, you will see it from time to time. And a little bit further up, around where I am now, before these rocks, you will see another drop. So we're just going to go ahead, and we're going to follow this cave round to the, well, to the right, but the wall's going to be on our left. And we'll get to another drop spot that's on the edge of this shelf. Just going to pick up what's in the drop, and jump back on the Basilo. Under the archway, we get to another main room. This one's easy enough to navigate. You're just going to go swim straight ahead up to that shelf, and there will sometimes be a drop on the edge there. So we're just going to kill all the nasties in this room so that nothing tries to break our scuba and drown us whilst that we are getting our drop. It's not too hard. It's only stuff like anglers, eels and jellies. You should be able to chew through it all fairly quickly. So then we're just going to turn around, go back onto our little shelf and pick up this drop and continue the loop. As you can see, I found some scuba goggles in that drop, which is a good find. So to the left there, that looks like it could be a little path, but it's really not. You're just going to follow it round to the right, and there is a drop spot where it stopped just then. A little hole in the wall there will take you, if you go through it and go straight up, it will take you up to the surface. As you can see there, that's just like a little escape hatch that you can get out of. There's the approximate coordinates. To get back in, you just swim straight back down, keep an eye for the glowing plants, and swim under the hole. We're going to take a left, and we're going to continue the loop from where we just went. So as we go left through here, we get to what I like to call the T-junction. You can go either way here, but we're going to stick with the theme and go left first. And we're going to get this drop on this shelf here. Now, there are sometimes a couple of jellies and eels and anglers in this place, but you don't really need to worry too much. You can probably just jump out and get the drop as I did there without too much hassle. Again, you can swim past all the nasties in this little bit. They're not going to keep up with you, but if you do need to kill them for meat, feel free, because basilos are hungry creatures, especially when they're being used swimming around like this. Now, in this room here, after we get round that S-bend, you will find potentially some very nasty stuff. You're going to find eels, loads of mantas, loads of jellies, anglers, sea scorpions, and you'll get the occasional mosa. Now the mosas in this cave, unlike some underwater caves, they will fight back, and they can also spawn as alphas. But not a problem, we're just going to kill everything off. Obviously, these are doing very little damage to my Basilo because we don't take electric damage, so it's just the anglers and the mantas that we have to worry about. We're just going to swim down here, and you'll see as we get round this corner, there is a drop on the floor here. Now, I didn't check around for nasties before I jumped off, which was a mistake. You do want to do that, because they are hidden everywhere in this room, as you can see. But not a problem, if you do get stung or hit by a sea scorpion, you're probably not in too much danger as long as you're close to your Basilo. Just check that your scuba's got enough durability and change it out if needs be. So we're just going to follow it round, just going to swim around that filler and then take a left, and we're going to be back in this S-bend leading us towards the T-junction. I'm just going to kill a couple of the enemies here, just so that I can get some biotoxin for some shock darts and a bit of meat to keep my Basilo fed. Just going to follow the S-bend back round, not going to bother killing any of these enemies this time. I will kill this jellyfish and a couple of mantas here, just to keep that drop area clear in case there are another one in on the next loop. And as you can see, that's where we came from before we went left at the T-junction. If you go right, you're going to end up in this oil room here, and there is one drop spot just here. Plenty of oil that way, but that'll lead you to a dead end, so you just turn around on yourself after getting the drop, and head back into the T-junction. And we're going to take a left, heading back towards the entrance to the cave this way now. And we're just going to follow the path on the left. It's easy enough to do. And we get back to the shelf room. Now I'm just going to quickly take a quick detour to show you some element ore nodes. Anything that looks like that with the blue lights on can be farmed with a pickaxe to get you some element. A couple of spots in this cave where you can get that, as well as loads of silica pearls across the floor of this cave. Again, we're just going to follow this little tunnel around to the left, and as you can see, there's no drops in this little bit. But you will get round to this bit. Round that column, you do a steep 180 turn, and we go back into an S-bend. No drops in here this time, but this is the S-bend where potentially two could spawn. We're just going to follow it round through the crystal archway into this S-bend. As you can tell, this cave is just a lot of S-bends. It's easy enough once you've ran through it a couple of times to remember your route. Don't worry too much, it looks more complicated than it is. Over this rock here, there is sometimes another drop spawned in, as you can see. This was the drop spot that hadn't spawned in, but it's the third drop spot in the cave. I got some really nice flak pants in a blueprint. So this cave will drop all sorts of high tier loot. You can find Giga saddles, Rex saddles, pretty much any BP in the game that is not off aberration. I have never found a Rock Drake saddle in here, but I have actually found Carquinios saddles because they do spawn on Crystal Isles. There's a few more of them element ore nodes. Again, just farm them with a pickaxe, and we're going to go around this column at a 180-degree angle. And here's number two, and in here we've just got some prefab stuff, nothing too special this time. Following the S-bend round, you'll get back to the first drop spot of the cave that we saw, and I'll just show you quickly what you're going to do to get out. Oh, the drop has actually spawned in again, just to prove to you this is unlimited loot. The drop here has actually spawned again, whilst we were in there. Swimming up to the surface, you're just going to swim back up to that iceberg. As you can see, it is really close there. So as you can see, that was a fairly easy run of the cave. I'm just going to speed the video up here, and we will take you through a few loops. Enjoyed the loops, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe and share, and I will see you next time. Yeah, okay guys, so just one more quick side note that could really help you out in this part of the cave. You don't actually always have to kill everything on the way in, you could just swim round to make sure the drop's here first, bite one of the little snails, and then everything should come to you to kill it. As you can see, I killed all the nasties. I'm just going to grab the blueprints in there, and yeah, I'm just going to make my way back around the cave as you can see. Just to quickly show you that this is a dead end and it doesn't go anywhere, and this is the drop location spawning in by the second exit. So this time we will need to kill all the jellyfish because they otherwise will sting us and cause us to not be able to move, and basilos do not attack for you. Some more scuba blueprints there, and we're just going to finish this loop again. So here's some more music because you don't need to hear me chatting. Okay guys, so that's pretty much all there is to that cave there. It is an endless loot cave, so you can continue just infinitely really. If you did like the video, remember to like, subscribe and share, and I will catch you guys in the next video.